Hello everyone and welcome to the semi-finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. 4 teams remain ahead of one final finale, and we start things off with the arrival once again of Los Ingobernables de Japón. It is safe to say that in the quarterfinals there was quite a few favorites taken out of the fray. The Briscoes were expected to be L.I.J's opponent. Not the case. LAX was supposed to have advanced into the semi-finals. Not the case. It is a very interesting evening that comes our way. I am looking forward to seeing what happens in our 2 semi-final matches here tonight. L.I.J will take on the Rascalz. Meanwhile, later on, after this contest, C.C.K will face the North. We will have our final set for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. The winning team, of course, will go to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn and challenge the new foundation for the NXT Tag Team Championship. That should be a very interesting evening itself. But before we can get to Brooklyn, we have to get through the rest of this tournament. Evil and Sanada advanced past the Forgotten Sons in a fairly expected performance, but in the same ways there was a bit of doubts from myself over the performance of Sanada. I expected better from the Cold Skull. Just wasn't really delivering like I thought he would. I was expecting him to be honed in. I was expecting him to be dialed in, ready to put together the performance that would send L.I.J blasting into the semi-finals, and there wasn't really that much to discuss. While Evil had a great showing, I will admit that 100%. Sonata, on the other hand, just didn't seem that toned in. These two guys, though, certainly were toned in. They were a great team to take off the Briscoes from this tournament. Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier put in a phenomenal performance against one another. They honed everything in, really. They were as on point as you could get, and then at the end of it, the Briscoes cost themselves a shot in the tournament and eliminated themselves, basically. Mark Briscoe was down on the outside. Jay Briscoe threw, was it Xavier back in the ring, I believe it was. And Mark Briscoe couldn't get up in time. Count of 10. Briscoe's eliminated. And here we are now with our semi-final match. The first of 2 this evening. Sanada will start things off here. A chance for him to prove himself as he starts things against Zachary Wentz. Hopefully we'll see the same as well from Travis Banks later on when C.C.K meet the North. So here we go between these 2 teams. Let's see what will happen now. Suplex from Sanada. I want to see what this guy can show off. I want to see what he can execute in this matchup. It was all about Evil, really, last time out, and I want to see Sanada putting together some fine offense of his own right. Jawbreaking reversal there from Cold Skull. Shoulder tackle takes down Wentz. If the Rascalz were as working well as a duo here tonight as they were against the Briscoes in the quarterfinals, then I think that could be a dangerous evening for Evil and Sanada. But if Evil and Sanada have tuned things up a notch, if Sanada's pulling his weight again and they're able to make things work just perfectly fine, really, then there is no doubt in my mind that L.I.J should advance to the finals. These are the favourites in the tournament, I believe, and they have to stand by that. And they have to stand by them with a strong performance. Let's see what's going to happen here now. Tag them into Desmond Xavier. Double back elbows. Look out here. Great work from the Rascalz to execute that. Moonsault and a diving fist drop there. Desmond Xavier unable to capitalize though. Sanada kicks him away. We'll look for the tag into Evil. He will. Better showing from Sanada. Still a tag was made though from the Rascalz. And tag team offense was executed in the same breath as well. Now Evil gets to shine a little bit. In the back, Evil shrugs it off there. Nice. STO takes down Desmond Xavier there, but Desmond right back to work here. Look out. Suplex again. No. Fisherman's Cradle suplex instead. A Fisherman's Cradle neck breaker, whatever you want to call it. Desmond Xavier working over Evil in the early goings here. Xavier certainly, he seems to have more of a star power about him. Been impressed by what I've seen, really impressed by what I've seen of Xavier. Wentz is a damn good talent as well, but I've been really impressed by Xavier so far. Much in the same way as I was impressed by Josh Alexander as well from the North. Oh, kicking the leg there of Evil, taking his knee out with a hard strike. Ducks under, met with a big clothesline. smackdown splash from Evil as well, as he's starting to put things together now. Things looking dangerous for Desmond Xavier as he's placed in that armbar. Not a safe place to be, but he will fight his way out of it, slip his way out of it. Quick punches, comes down, get himself out of that hold. Evil can't capitalize there. Irish whip now into the turnbuckle. Huge splash attempt from Evil, which in the same as last night doesn't connect. Hurricanrana takedown there by Desmond Xavier. Sonata calling for the tag. Evil rolling out of the ring. Maybe the smart move to take, but from what we saw last time out, don't want to stay on the outside for too long with Desmond Xavier, otherwise you could be fighting yourself eliminated from the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. Downward spiral there from Xavier now. Oh, slips his way out of it there, does Evil. Had to do that. That would have been an uncomfortable slam into the thin padding. Look at these flurry of strikes though from Xavier. Takes Evil off his feet. Uh-oh, things are looking good. Suplex on the outside. No, Evil stops it. Suplexes Xavier instead. Count up to 7 here. Don't do it again, guys. No, Evil runs back into the ring. And Xavier comes shortly in thereafter. Looking over the arm now. Perhaps trying to take away Magic Killer. Trying to take away everything is Evil. Darkness Falls. Trying to take all that away from the arsenal of Evil. Splash again. Misses there. Great work by Xavier. The speed to be able to move out of the way is immense. Sonata trying to intervene there. Xavier a little bit too far away. Tag is made. Now what do the Rascalz have up their sleeves here? Oh, big boot into a ripcord knee. Look out here. Pushes him into a moonsault. What an immense move there from the Rascalz. Sonata's in place right away to make the save. And that could have finished off L.I.J right there if not for the rescue by Sonata. Punched off the apron for his troubles by Wentz. Evil in a 2-on-1 situation right now. Sonata back up here. Been a long time though since Evil tagged out. Something that if I was Evil, I'd be looking to do very quickly indeed. Counter made. Big clothesline now from Evil. What will happen now? Here we go. Into the turnbuckle. Looking to make the tag into Sonata. He gets it. This seems to be the only tag team move these guys can execute. Will it take them to the finals? Magic Killer! Cover on Wentz. Evil steps out of the ring. Big mistake. Xavier makes the save. Desmond Xavier though sent out of the ring. Sonata will simply cover again, but a kick out at 1 from Wentz. Crushes any hopes of that being the end and the final blow. Sonata now in the ring, has to prove himself here. Like I said, Wentz and Xavier have been putting in a really good showing so far. I think the Rascalz, in all honesty, have been shining better than L.I.J. And L.I.J. will want to do something about that, otherwise there will be doubts if they make it past this match about them winning the tournament. They want to go all the way. And if the Rascalz are showing up right now, they might not even get a sniff of the finals. They could be out. Look out here. Tiger suplex from Sonata. But Wentz right back in with the counter there. Head over heels goes Sonata. Counter made though. Clocks Wentz. They went for a dropkick to the legs. Great counter by Wentz. Hard forearm. Rocks Sonata slightly. Big kick. Sonata moves out of the way. Counter for counter. Xavier calls for the tag and he gets it. Desmond Xavier runs right into that back body drop there by Sonata. Shrugs off that kick, however. Oh, but Sonata stays focused in the moment. Big running back elbow there. Takes Xavier down. Sonata will take a risk. He'll go up high. Here we go. Moonsault from Sonata. Oh, to his mentor, the Great Muda. Cover made. Will it be enough to advance to the finals? Xavier kicks out at 2. And Sonata greatly surprised that it was only 2. He'll go to the top rope. Is he smelling another moonsault? No, this time he splashes down on Xavier instead. Comes him round. Has him in for another Tiger suplex. This time with a bridge. Will this be it? Wow. Definitely not a very early kick out made there. Sonata has turned things up a notch here in this semi-final performance. Leg hooked, exploded there though from Xavier. This is anyone's game right now. The Rascalz or L.I.J. could take this. What a close tag team contest it is. Clothesline. Look at Desmond Xavier work here. Big leaping clothesline. Ducks under. And leapfrogs after that last clothesline. This could be the opening that the Rascalz need if they want to walk out with the victory. Corkscrew moonsault. Sonata right up to his feet, however. Big slam. Countered. Reverse DDT. Sonata needed to make that counter right then and there, otherwise that could have been the end of L.I.J's tournament. He did, and he may have found an opening for L.I.J right now. This has been a fast-paced semi-final match. One of these two teams is going to the finals, and it could be about to be L.I.J. Magic Killer. Cover from Evil. Referee into count. There's two. They've done it. Evil and Sonata win, and the finals await them. They were called the favourites for a reason. They looked a little bit in trouble, but they were dialed in once again, and they have dialed their way to the finals of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. They will meet either the North or C.C.K. We are about to find out who it is, but the favourites to win this whole thing are looking damn good heading into the finals. But that question still lingers. Who will they face? Who will they meet in the finals? These two men, they weren't really a team last time round. It was all Chris Brooks for the Calamari Catch Kings. Wasn't really the shining hour for C.C.K. or Travis Banks, as his performance right now is currently NA because he didn't do anything to get rated. Basically playing cheerleader all day up against the Coffees. Amazingly, Chris Brooks was able to take care of both of them, tap out Joe Coffey. There was a fairly dominating performance, as it was pointed out by those watching along from the Coffees, only for C.C.K., or Chris Brooks rather, to just win. Just locked in that octopus stretch for the second time and tap, tap, tap. And they're going to the semi-finals. I think they'll need to work better against the men who arguably picked up the upset of the tournament. They outsmarted LAX. There can be no denying it. They took them and they beat them. I mean, it was a huge risk taken by Ortiz with that superplex to the outside, but in the end, Josh Alexander made him pay for it, threw him into the steps, ran back into the ring. Didn't care to him or Ethan Page how they won the match, just that they did win the match, and they absolutely did. And they are going into the semi-finals right now with a lot of doubts maybe over their count-out win, over the fact that they, both teams really heading into this match with some doubts on their head. Josh Alexander looked great in the match against the Briscoes. He was really dialed in. He was so on point. He was taking it to both Ortiz and Santana. Ethan Page, on the other hand, was a little bit shaky. And thankfully, we are going to see Travis Banks in this one, as he's going to start the match against Alexander. Chance for Banks to prove himself here. Colin elbow tie-up between the two will get us going here. It's probably where Josh Alexander is going to succeed more so than Travis Banks. Look at that, a little clean break in the corner there. Hurricanrana takedown immediately after by Banks. He's not interested in the niceties of it, shall we say. Big clothesline connects. Knee drop on the face there by Josh Alexander now, as he looks to start quickly here for the North. Try and take them to the finals. Of course, we know that the Rascalz, for as good as their performance was, is going to be a disappointing defeat for them, because only the finalists will be signed to the NXT brand, and of course only the winners will go on to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn to face Tony Nese and Noam Dar for the NXT Tag Team titles. So it's a real cutthroat business they're finding themselves in right now. Look out. Beautiful move from Josh Alexander, as he is controlling the start, much in the same as he controlled Ortiz and Santana for the majority of the contest. Banks sends him in the corner. He tags in Brooks. I fear this might be all we see of Travis Banks in this contest. Face lock locked in. Wins it now. He has him by the head. Where's he going to take him? Into the turnbuckle here. Will he make the tag this time around? No. Again, Alexander comes up with the counter. Throws him across the ring now. Is Ethan Page going to get in here? No, Banks stuffs it with a big boot. Counters on both sides here. Both men breaking up big counters. Up and over the top rope into the path of Ethan Page there. Look out. Suplex back into the ring. Check out the strength of Alexander on that one. And it's about to get a hell of a lot more dangerous because here we go. Torture rack neck breaker. Said I wanted to see more Travis Banks. Well, he's really in trouble right now in this contest. Not shining as great as he might have thought. He is taking the fight right now to Josh Alexander still. C.C.K's opportunity still alive here. Not a tag has been made in this contest thus far, in all fairness. Let's see what Banks will do right now. Here we go. Irish whip. Counter made. In the turnbuckle he goes. Oh, knees up in the face there of Alexander. Drop kick from the second rope now. He is fired up here. Seeing his opportunity. Huge forearm there. Travis Banks lighting up Alexander. Alexander right back up to his feet. This guy is impressive. Sadly, though, the only way he's getting signed is if he makes it to the finals. But the way the North work, it could be the case. Oh my God! What a move! What strength from both sides. Cover made for Ethan Page. That ain't gonna stick. That is right in front of Chris Brooks. But Brooks doesn't get in the ring. Banks kicks out. Brooks relying heavily on his tag team partner there, and he didn't let him down. A standing sleeper hold here from Travis Banks. Those arms of Ethan Page flaring. They are inches away from the ropes. Not close enough though. But the fresh Ethan Page now can do some damage to Travis Banks here. Or not. Travis Banks slips himself out of the way there. Kicking into the leg. Suplex driver now from Banks. Middle of the ring. Covers Ethan Page to progress him to the finals. No. Who will meet L.I.J. in the finals? We're waiting to find out. Here we go. Chris Brooks now comes in off the tag. That means Travis Banks is probably done for this matchup. Just an observation. Look for a knee there. Counter made by Ethan Page as he sends him into the corner of the North. Wasn't thinking about a tag though. An almightily massive big boot there connecting on Chris Brooks. Brooks getting a welcome courtesy of the North into this contest, it would seem. Looking over the shoulder now, trying to trap a nerve in place. Brooks already with one bad shoulder. Ethan Page trying to make it two. Has him hooked in here. Look out, going to drive him down. Oh! The way he had him hooked in there was like a backpack. He drove him into the mat with so much more viciousness. Now he has him hooked in. Ethan Page could look to finish off C.C.K's hopes. Package pile driver for all ego. Ethan Page, he covers Brooks. Will it be enough here to put him away? No. Two opportunities the North have had to seal this, and both members of C.C.K have fought on in it. But you have to question, if they get a third opportunity, are they going to put it away? It seems likely. Alexander controlling the waist now of Chris Brooks. Travis Banks trying to get the support going there, trying to rally a tag. Brooks back up to his feet. Big boot in the face though. Thrust kick in the gut by Chris Brooks. Alexander has him. Here we go. Back up on the shoulders. This time it's Brooks's turn for the torture rack neck breaker. Josh Alexander wants to put this match away, and he's doing everything he can to ensure it. Counter made by Brooks. DDT as well. Hooks the leg to put him away, to face L.I.J. Kick out there. I don't think Ethan Page made the save. Banks now and Page clashing in the ring. Look at that from Banks. A series of kicks into the chest. One across the head. Ethan Page is out of commission. Looks for the octopus stretch. Josh Alexander comes up with the counter. Referee counting now on Ethan Page. On Travis Banks, who will get out of the ring, but the count will now start on the outside. Could the North look to take a win how they did last time out? No, quickly back into the ring goes Chris Brooks. Oh, Josh Alexander shouldn't have turned his back there. That was a mistake. Pump angle. Uranagi now from Chris Brooks. Takes down Josh Alexander. Up to their feet they go. Huge kick in the chest there. And again, he goes back to the arm, trying to take away the power game now with Josh Alexander. Double foot stomp into the chest. Chris Brooks is working as hard as he can right now. 2-on-1 advantage still. I don't know if Ethan Page is actually still back up on the outside yet. He's not, look. He's still down. In the corner we go. Out on the apron. High kick into the head. Brooks could fly if he wants to, but he decides not to take the risk, but walks right into. Oh my goodness! Tombstone! Walked right into it. They had 2 opportunities before. Will number 3 be enough? Cover is made. Surely it's over. No! Took too long. Took too long going for the cover. Ethan Page dropped down to the apron to start celebrating, but there was no reason to. They hadn't finished them yet. That should have been it, but it wasn't for the North. But Alexander's power game continues to shine through. Deadlifts him into that power slam. Both sides need to make a tag. I have no doubt about that in my mind. Both sides need to make a tag, and it's C.C.K. who need to tag far more than the North do. Another deadlift power slam connects, but this time Banks is there to make the save. Ethan Page has him. Look out into a backbreaker. Banks taken out of commission. Alexander can't finish the contest though. Up and over the top rope he goes instead. Knocked to the outside. Once again, this has been a contest that we've just seen Josh Alexander dominating. Oh, what a big boot though from Chris Brooks on the outside. I think the referee trying to be more lenient with the count if possible. He doesn't want to repeat to the semi-finals. Big uppercut connects there. The count keeps on going. Now we're up to 5. Let it not be the same as last time. Look at the strength of Alexander. Walking him over to the steps to hit Snake Eyes. We're up to 7. Alexander though wants to finish it in the ring, and he'll take Brooks back into the ring. He wants this to be over and done with. They away this time. He wants to finish off C.C.K. in the ring. Tag made, and this should be easy pickings for Ethan Page. Brooks moves out of the way though. Huge drop kick in the corner. Full head of steam on Chris Brooks. A second drop kick connects. Busted open he may be, but he ain't giving in. Into the octopus stretch he'll go again. Wrenching on our back of Ethan Page's. Could this do it for C.C.K? Could this be all she wrote for the North? It's locked in. Yes, it will be. Ethan Page taps out. And Brooks punches the air in excitement. C.C.K have done it. They are going to the finals. They beat the North, and they have secured their spot in the finals. C.C.K were counted out in the quarterfinals, but they're going all the way, and the finals have been set. L.I.J, C.C.K, both teams signed to this universe, but who will challenge the new foundation to take over Brooklyn? We find out tomorrow.